before we go to introductions, I just want to take a brief moment and maybe pause or think about the events up in Tremont and Box Elder County with the happens with the first responders and our police force up there. Their lives are at risk a lot of times, you know, and obviously we have lost two of those fellow people up there, and we wanted to take a moment to recognize the, you know, the efforts of our sheriff office and officers here, also our firefighters who do a lot of, and first responders who put their lives in danger for each one of us. So if we'll take a brief moment for a second and just let's remember those who have fallen, and then we'll start our meeting. All right, thank you. May we stand, you know, hand in hand with our fellow commissioners and county officials of Box Elder County, and you know, our hearts go out to their families and those who have been affected. So, anyways, we'll start with introductions on our right.
Ginger McMullen, Clerk Auditor.
Vaughn Christensen, Attorney.
Tammy Pearson, Commissioner.
Wade Hollington, Commissioner.
Brandon Yardley, Commissioner. Matt Sturzer, Commission Coordinator.
Thanks for being here today. Thanks for you guys being in the audience as well. We'll start with the opening prayer by Commissioner Yardley, and then the pledge of allegiance will be offered by Heidi.
Our Father in heaven, we're thankful for this day. We're thankful for the opportunity we have to meet together as county leaders and officials and make decisions for the county. We're thankful for the area that we live, for the blessings that we receive for living in this area and giving. Heavenly Father, at this time we express our prayers and gratitude towards those who serve, especially those on the police force. We ask a special blessing for the families and friends of the two fallen officers, that they will be comforted, that they will know thy plan, that they will know the love from around the state of Utah for them and beyond. Heavenly Father, we're thankful for those who serve in our county, for the selfishness that they show. We ask a blessing at this time on the youth of the county, that they will be watched over and protected, that they will continue to learn and grow as they return back to school. We ask a blessing of moisture on the mountains and valleys, in the places that you see fit, that we will be able to sustain life here in our county. Again, Heavenly Father, we're thankful for the area that we live, for our families, and we love you and say this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Heidi. And Commissioner Yardley. All right. First time on the agenda today is bills. I'll give you the bigger one first.
On the concrete for the desert trail bridge, is that all the concrete? Or do you have? No, it's, oh, no, I think it's all of it. That should be all of it. I'm not sure. Yeah, all of that's tighter. Yeah. And is that backwards, Kate? Or is that what it was? Yeah, backwards concrete. Let's have it. Yeah. What do you see?
Lots of stuff put it there this time. Must be
Yeah.
close.
Yeah, you better have your entries in today. I mean, that down at the lake, right? Other stuff too, didn't you? Some odds and ends.
They were gonna put stain and stuff on those.
Yeah. Maintenance, I haven't been back there. Lots of them happen. 'Cause
Every road that doesn't have it.
And washboard.
Yeah. Typically, so we do, we try to do it. So 20%, for 2026, yeah. So he was gonna find full mileage, and then, so he would know how to put it in contact.
All right, no bills.
I'll make the motion, we approve the bills.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, unanimous. Thanks, Ginger, once again. Appreciate your help on that. Heidi, come on up. I think you're next on the agenda. Proposal for 9/11 County Day of Service.
So if you remember last year, some of our employees wanted to be able to go to service that we have here in the county, and so we, talked about maybe next time that came up, we would have our own service project that we could, maybe coordinate and allow the employees some time during the day to go work and help out. And a few of the projects that came up here on the walking path, with Commissioner Yardley down in Milford, that maybe could we talked about maybe doing something at the fairgrounds, the fair would be over, maybe doing something there, or the reservoir. But I just didn't know how you all felt about having a project that we picked out within the county that we allow our employees maybe you know, an hour, 2 hours out of their day to go help on that project. We set it up, get the trash bags, have the things there, get the bottled water, and then maybe just have somebody be at those sites from, set up a time from 8 to 12 or something before it gets too hot, and just make it so that they can come throughout the day and help get some service that, you know, the community all benefits from the walking path, the fairgrounds, those types of things, so I just didn't know if that was something you wanted to revisit and address this year, or?
So I think that's on a Thursday this year, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I think, we wouldn't need to close our offices. I think most of our offices have enough employees in them that they could just rotate in and out throughout the day, you know, throughout the morning.
Yeah.
And we take the first hour and, you know, and so we leave our offices open, wouldn't affect the community, they could still come and do business, but just kind of brings us together as employees, gives us an opportunity to work together. Some of us don't see each other a lot, you know, we work in different buildings in different places, and so if we pick a couple of projects that we can do, or one, we'll just focus on one. I'm happy to do whatever. If you do decide to do the walking path up here, we probably should pick a project down in Milford that's available, you know, for the, so.
You do the walking path for your weed eaters.
Yep.
There you go, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that is a really good idea.
I think anytime you can service anyone in the community, it's a great deal, so
Yeah.
I don't have a problem doing that unless you guys have other feelings, but I think we need to figure it
I've
out.
got employees that are interested in that.
Yeah.
My staff has expressed an interest in joining that, so I think there are others.
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
We'll have a good turnout.
I think it would be good for us to pick, you know, for us as a county, that we're gonna take these projects, and so, I don't know if you all want to pick which projects you wanna do.
I think the walking path is a good idea.
I think it's a great idea, and I think even if I don't know if there's something out there we can find, so somebody can do that. Unless they wanna come up here, that's up to them, I guess, but.
Yeah,
I think having one on each side would be great,
okay.
if we can do that.
Yeah, and like, you know, somebody like Matt, for sake of starting morning, you know, we're gonna go down there and help with that one, you know, for a little bit, and then come in or whatever. So, did you have an idea then of where you wanted to do that down there?
So north of Milford out on the highway, if we wanna pick up out past the hospital and the airport, out that way,
Okay.
we could use some of that there. If not, I was thinking, the city, they always have in front of the fire hydrants, if we could paint that for the city, if we wanted to help in the city.
Okay.
Those are the two.
Is there an organized, committee that will
That
contact
they
them and see
do,
what
yeah,
they have?
yeah, we just kind of wanted to pick a county project that,
Okay.
something that the county was involved in, like the walking path or the reservoir somewhere, and bring our employees together, so.
I think the reservoir is a good idea, something there. I would talk to Jen and see if she has some projects that.
I'm sure she could.
Okay, find the project today, and we can just get that
Yeah.
information, and I'll check with Jen and see what
We
she
can,
thinks,
we
and then,
can plan it for
yeah.
the first meeting, and our first
September.
meeting's the second.
yeah, so we can finalize it on the second.
Finalize it by
Great
then.
idea.
Yeah.
That's a great idea, yeah, that gives everybody plenty of
Be a
time to
little
know
bit
where we're
more
gonna be at,
specific.
yeah. I did talk to Stetson about it, about the, told him for the road guys that they would help us if we did a specific project down in Milford, and kind of put that on his radar as well, so, okay. So we'll pick the project by by September second,
Yeah.
meeting, okay. All right, I'll do a little bit more
The folks
research.
that are organizing this Just Serve activity want us to actually put it on a website, so that folks in the community can be made
Can join
aware of
it.
it and can join in. So it's not necessarily just county employees, but folks in our community that are interested in picking a service project.
Okay, great.
So it's justserve.org, and
Yeah.
somebody would have to create an entry for us and then advertise whatever service project we decide on, or projects on justserve.org.
Okay,
That's gonna be kind of the central hub of service projects in the county on that day.
okay. Yeah,
It's a great idea.
I can jump into justserve.org, and then once we pick the projects, I'll get into
Just
see what
list
we
it
need to
there.
do,
Yeah.
and we can list in there, and that's great, because if there is somebody else that wants to come and join in with us, for
Why
sure
not?
they could. And, you know, we can tell our employees and their families, right?
Right.
Your family
Yeah.
members can come, and we'll get the trash bags, Stetson said they have some really good large trash bags.
The last couple of years, I know it was, Doug and Cindy Peterson that were
Yeah.
organizing it
Yeah.
countywide. I'm not sure who's doing it for sure.
So Sterling Bradshaw is involved.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, so we'll get that going and try to get involved in, you know, just kind of.
Encourage, and
Yeah.
really, I would encourage the department heads to encourage their employees
Yeah.
and people to
Oh, sure, that's why we're doing this, right? So
That's what I
that we
would
can help them to say, yeah, we want you to let your people.
Do we need a motion?
To allow for the.
Oh,
Allow them to go for a
or do
couple
we
hours.
need to wait and do that Monday? Or, I mean.
Let's do it
in
Tuesday,
September.
in September, just to make sure it's on the agenda.
Then we can do a little bit more
I mean,
organized.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do, I wanted to get ahead of it, I didn't wanna be
No,
trying to
that's
figure
good.
it out on, I wanted to bring it to you, I wanted to
Well,
get
you're
you
right there,
thinking
so
about
good
it.
job.
Well,
Yeah,
and
thank you.
I think too, you know, I think the more you put it out on social media, kind of encourages and inspires other people.
I think we can do a Facebook post, we have figured out how to get into Facebook now, so we can get a Facebook post together and we can put the word out, and I think it's a great thing, and I think it's, kind of fun for us as employees, like I said, to get to interact with each other in different ways and see other
Yeah.
employees and stuff, so it's good
Certainly.
for a lot of different
Well, the other thing on the same note is kind of like the grand opening of the 250th year celebration as well.
Yeah.
We need to start moving towards those kind of activities, so.
Yeah, great, okay,
Thanks.
we'll be back on the second, I'll do a little more research and report, and I'll get set up on Jester.
Thank you, Heidi,
Thank you.
appreciate it. Matt, rural county grant proposal.
Okay, I'm pulling this up on my spreadsheet. I'm pulling this up on my spreadsheet instead of the packet, because the packet was, when I zoomed in, it kind of made it a little blurry. But the screen is a little smaller. So, we have a lot going on in Beaver County, a lot of worthwhile projects. Unfortunately, not everything can be a fit for the rural county grant specifically. The state is really cracking down on what really applies to the rural county grant. So some good questions that we needed to ask ourselves when looking at all of the projects that are going on throughout Beaver County are, does this create infrastructure? Does this create jobs? Is this supporting businesses that are established that are going to be growing within Beaver County? So this was brought to the County Economic Officer Board and was voted unanimously that this is how we would like to allocate the $200,000 that we're going to apply for through the rural county grant. And we would like a vote from the commissioners to pass this off so we can submit the application. Do you have any questions about what's been proposed, or would you like me to go through that since we have 2 more minutes in my
I think we talked about this the other day, that was already asphalt, you mean, so he needs more like driveway stuff,
Yes, it's more,
maybe a turning lane or something like that.
right, yes. And now, some of these projects, may be more, this is what the county's gonna allocate, but if they come in less, for example, if, True Value and Sunshine Market in Milford, their sidewalk is $10,000 instead of $25,000, we can submit an amendment to the state and, for the rural county grant, then we can allocate those funds to another project that's worthwhile. So there's a little bit of flexibility with this, is what I'm saying.
And from the rural county grant, we were awarded $78,000?
That was the UOT co-op grant, and that
Oh,
one
this
we were awarded specifically. Yeah, this is so we can even just apply,
for this one.
yeah, for this one. The state wants to make sure that, we're united in this effort.
And you've already put this through, you put it through ACDEV and the committee approved it last Thursday.
Yep, I put it to the County Economic Officer Board, and they voted unanimously on it.
What was the recommendation to us?
Yeah.
So now it's a recommendation to you.
Okay.
So when he was doing the follow-up, and the final report on last year, we got a little more detail on what it can and can't be spent on. So this is specifically for economic development kind of thing.
So, I think this fits. I'll make a motion that we approve this.
Okay.
I will second that.
Any other questions for Matt, otherwise? All in favor?
He's done a good job. Aye.
Aye.
Make it unanimous. Moving along, Matt, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank the ECDF board too for their involvement in that, those who are participating in that, it's always a good deal, so
Absolutely.
appreciate that. All right, Kevin and Trent, come on up. If you will, we do have people online, so just for that purpose, if you'll just state your name and your purpose, that'd be great.
I'm Trent Blue from over in Enid.
Okay.
I'm auctioning property out west, and so that's what we're
Talking about today, okay, perfect.
Kevin White.
Kevin, all right,
County GIS Manager.
thank you. Whoever wants to go right ahead.
What I'm proposing here is, I bought the McEltrain homestead out there, I don't know if all of you know where that's at. And as you go in there, the road comes through about that first section of property right there. And I just having problems with people out there, you know, I'd like to propose to put the road on the outside of you can see in there where the green is on the west side, where the orange line is, but on the east side of it, it's a little green. That's where the fence line is. And I own a couple 100 feet to the west of that fence line, so that's where I'm proposing to put the road in there, and then dump it back out on the main road, the existing road that used to be there, and then drop it back down into coming through where the old McEltrain homestead is right there, and dump it back into the other road. We talked with the BLM, did a few things, and Kevin's been working with them too, so.
So this is kind of an interesting
Do you want to
situation.
hand him the mouse so you can see exactly what he's
Absolutely.
telling?
Here, Kevin.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna point out, this was a county D road for years, but in just the last few years, they've started maintaining this road down through his property. And so all the traffic goes right through there. This was the original road that went to the McEltrain Ranch, right through here. He's proposing to move it over on the west side of his property. We would require a 66-foot right-of-way from him, and then have him build that road to our specification across there. I believe there's a right here.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna require a large culvert, and that would be incumbent on you to purchase that and put it in. I have talked to the BLM about rerouting across here to straighten that out. They're in favor of that. All we need to do is apply for Title V across that portion. We would still retain the RST 477 claim on these roads. This road here then, and I should have extended this orange line across here,
Okay.
to connect them. But that's an existing,
So you're gonna connect to that existing road there?
that's an existing D road, so we would start maintaining this, where right now they're maintaining across
There.
this open,
Okay.
veg treatment out here. And then he would like to divert around the McEltrain homestead area here, so we would bring it back in across his property and bring it back into the existing road at this point. So,
Does Jimmy Spears still have some out there, Trent, or you got it?
No, I acquired everything out there.
Okay, and we moved the road once when Jimmy had it, right?
Yeah.
And we moved it on to the reseed. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's just with all these so-called hunters and everything out there, I mean, the first thing they do is pull up right there. And they see elk or something in there, they take off, go 900, and they run the elk out, bust my fence out. You know, at least that big square section right there, you know. If I put it up in there, it'd be up in the trees where they can't look down in there. And, you know, it would help me out tremendously to where, you know, can't, you know, people don't care anymore. They go
No
all over
respect
your
for private
property,
property.
they do whatever they wanna do, you know, and this would just give me a little bit more peace of mind, you know.
And right now you have is there one cattle guard or two cattle guards in there?
There's 4.
There's 4, how many would you eliminate?
I would just pull the one out right there where, the front one where everybody comes through.
Okay.
And then I would move it down where it comes out down at the Michael train. So I'd put it in right there.
Right here.
Yep.
Would you not want one here?
No, it would be outside the fence right there.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't put one there. When I come into my property, I'd probably come in the same way and then come back. And then I talked to the BLM about blocking that off right there, where that road is, so people can't come in there on the old existing.
In fact, you probably want to
Up in there.
block it up here.
Yeah.
And this road is on our system now, Kevin?
They are maintaining it now.
So we are getting paid for it on the.
No, that was kind of a surprise to me when I started looking into this. I got looking at what the Milford Road crew's been doing the last couple of years, and they've been down here grading this road, and I didn't know about it.
Okay.
Well, it's none of my business, but I've just been told they've been grading it, because Wiseman's has a little acre up in there.
That's why.
And so, that's none of my business, but that's what I've heard.
It is your business, it's your property.
But they're coming, I'm not sure where they bring it down to, but this would at least bring it back into the paved section, and we will add it to our inventory. Stetson and I have had some conversations, and there's a lot of updates that need to be made, but
Okay.
we felt that this would be appropriate. There is a lot of traffic down there, that's one of the most used roads we have out west,
Okay.
that through there. There's no reason we shouldn't have it on our system.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm fine with, if you've talked to BLM, gone through all the steps, I don't think it matters to us where the road is, where we maintain it. But just as long as we're clear that we're not building the road, and I think we talked about
No,
that.
I'm clear of that, we're gonna have to get surveyed.
Yeah,
again, and-
one of the things we looked at here is, it looked like when they originally put his fence in, I was questioning whether my GIS data was off, because we don't have coordinates on the section monuments down there, but he assured me that, yeah, that line is where his property line really is, so, you would need to get that surveyed, have it, you know, marked along there, and then we would want the west 66 feet of that property branded to the county as a right-of-way, and then also this across here, create a right-of-way across that portion there.
So, show me where the fence is again.
This green line is the section line,
But there's no fence. The
But
fence
but
is
there's
back
no
over-
fence there.
The fence is back
back.
over to the right?
The fence is over here on the edge of
Okay.
the tree line.
All right.
Yeah.
But there's already an existing road and BLM are fine with that?
Yeah, this road here is existing. We would have to create a new road across here and across his property, and which we would leave up to him to do, but I would apply for the Title V right-of-way for this portion here,
Because that would also be on BLM.
because that is on BLM there. But once we get to this point right here, then it is on his property.
I guess we have that, you've explained the steps to him on building the road and making sure it's to our specifications. Do we have something in writing that says that?
I don't have anything in writing, but I have talked to him about that.
Okay. I don't know what's been done in the past, if we need to have.
Well, I know we had, Gardner's wanted the same thing done, you know, I think we approved it, but I don't think.
They wanted to move the road onto the state trust lands,
Yeah,
and we've never gotten any approval from them. And
no.
our policy in the past has always been that if you're gonna move the road, you're moving it on your property to the edge of the property,
Yeah.
and then giving us the right of way.
Well, and that's what I'm saying, is you gotta have that paper trail, so I would say you'd have to bring us paper from BLM and all of those things, all the Ts crossed and Is, and before we can approve it, I mean, it's gotta be in writing, doesn't it?
I think we can prove it with that stipulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we went in and talked to them a couple of times, I know they've been working with Kevin and.
I talked to Robert Truro, whatever his name is.
Trujillo.
Huh?
Trujillo, isn't it?
Or something like that, yeah. But,
And just hunting access for the rest of our life.
okay.
Everybody
else is going to.
Well, I'll ask for permission first.
No, it is a nice piece of property, right?
I bet it is,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I'm sure it is, where
You
it's
know,
probably
but it's
located
just,
nice.
like last weekend, it was just crazy in there.
Oh, I'll bet.
You know,
Yeah.
Set up a toll booth.
and I do have some springs, I've been piling on springs there and putting some waters and fixing waters up.
It's gonna get even better, so.
Doing things, you know, and so it's, and I mean, the first thing people do coming in there, if they see something in there, deer, elk, whatever, it's just, see how fast
Game
you
on.
can go to
Yeah.
see, get to it, you know, my fences, you know, the NRCS put a lot of fences around there and did all that work, and now it's just that they're all just getting torn up, and I'm having a hard time maintaining them,
Yeah.
you know, so.
I mean, he just moved the road from this to that, so I don't have a problem either, really, just as matter as we get, like you said, all of our paperwork official and whatever we can.
Yeah, I think we just need to have the steps on there, so somebody goes off from the county to sign off that
Staff
the
will
road
probably
is
should be aware of that as well.
built to the specifications that we want.
I had a conversation with Jimmy Carter just yesterday, and that very subject came up, you know, what paperwork is there? What grants me the you know, the county's accepted and that I can go
Right.
forward or whatever. And
Well, I think
Vaughn has to draw
you
them up.
have to
Vaughn.
write up a road description or, right-of-way description for us to, for them to sign off on, and there's gotta be a legal right-of-way.
Something that you've
Yeah,
accepted it
and
and it's.
he was gonna, similar to this, he's gonna move it to the edge of the.
Well, he's already done all of that, but now how do you finish it? Now I think that comes to your office to write a right-of-way, I would say.
It
I
seems
don't-
like we've already done that.
We put the right-of-way description in place, but
But doesn't
where
it
is
have
there
to
an
be-
acceptance notification?
Yeah,
a
you
written-
have to record it legally, wouldn't you?
As far as-
That's your job.
As far as this, I will put together some type of contract or an agreement to move forward, with the stipulations that we asked for. And, we can have that ready for the next meeting.
I'm okay to entertain a motion to approve the relocation based on that, if you guys want to do that too, and ratify or.
With the stipulation.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Because really, I think it's gonna be in the paperwork, all that stuff's gonna be there.
Okay?
Much wanna wait.
On Jim, we recorded a right, it wasn't him, it was like the son and daughter-in-law, that we had to get their signatures on that. So
Right.
we got the paperwork, Jim, it's just a matter of.
I just hesitate, I don't know. I hesitate approving it until we have something in writing from the BLM. I don't know. Seems like some people, like, we jump through a lot of hoops, or they have to jump through a lot of hoops.
I mean, yeah, we don't have any documentation.
Yeah. So if you
So
got,
I could apply for the Title V right away, like,
yeah.
Right away,
immediately.
right away.
Immediately, and, get that approval, and then get, like, an agreement with
Sure.
Mr. Lee signed, and
Okay.
then
bring it back to us and bring that back. That works.
Sorry to make you jump through all the hoops, but if we do it for one person, we gotta do it for
Yeah,
everybody.
no, I understand that. I mean, that's fine.
I don't think there's any opposition to move the road, it's
No,
take all our
we
stuff.
can do fine.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, it's gotta be legal, I think, you know, that hopefully it's there for, you know, the rest of the time, people to come in there and
Yeah.
go through there and still hit, because there's a couple of main roads that go out of there.
Just bring you a couple of speed bumps and then you'll be all right.
Yeah.
When are you looking to move the road? Are you looking to?
You know, it's not, I mean, the only time I'll have to be able to work on it is a little in the winter time,
Okay,
you know, so.
okay. Yeah, and I'd say worst case, you can definitely move it to your side of the property. We're not worried about that. It's just that little piece of BLM, we gotta make sure.
Well,
it lines
they'll
up
have to
there.
do NEPA and all that crap.
Yeah, there's quite a process to everything we do with BLM, so. But if you wanted to start on clearing the road on the west, or the
Well,
west side of your property?
I need to get a surveyor out there, because all them fence lines are off, all the corners are off, everything, and that's probably the first, but I don't wanna spend any money until you think we're gonna be able to do
I
something.
don't think we'd have a problem.
No,
No, I think
It's
you're
just-
fine.
You just gotta have all your legal stuff through BLM. I think BLM's a bigger problem than anybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So Kevin will keep working on the Title V, and then we'll stay in touch on it all with that road movement, so. We'll maintain it wherever it is, it doesn't matter which part of the property it's on.
The other existing part of that road that's not shown, I mean, it's still in great shape,
Okay,
you know, so.
Looks good.
All you have to do with that is just go drop the blade down on it and blade it once,
okay,
you know. So there'll be no maintain, I mean, I won't have to do anything with that part.
okay.
Okay.
For the BLM side and everything, it's still just sitting there, nobody's using it,
Yeah.
you know.
Sounds good.
Okay, thank you for your time, yes, good luck out there. All right, busy season. Danny, come on up. How are you today?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioner, staff. Pleasure to be here. This is exciting for us. This is,
Hey, we know you, but there's people online, so if you
you're right. Thanks for the reminder. My name's Andy Stewart. I'm AVP for Project Area Development in southern Utah for the Utah Inland Port Authority. I'm here today to talk about trigger resolution for the Mineral Mountains Agri-Park Inland Port. Look at that, we've got the wrong inland port there on the
Yeah, I was
paper,
gonna
so
say,
we're gonna fix
that-
that.
I'll have to scratch that.
We'll scratch that and fix that, but in fact, I can do that here and get that printed out before we have anything done with that. Anyway, one of the first things that has happened in the Mineral Mountains Inland Port was the recruitment and the location of the Unitech project here in Beaver City's Industrial Park, South Park. Anyway, their parcel, that building, as you drive by and you can see it, the completion's nearing. We anticipate that will be done before the end of the year. We'd like to propose that we trigger that parcel for the collection of new property tax differential starting in calendar year 2026. So that would start that clock running for that differential collection, 25 years. And I think the most obvious purposes there are to start collecting that to use to help finance the infrastructure there in the industrial park in Beaver, namely the road, the other types of infrastructure that will help access to Unitech, but also helps the rest of that business park become more shovel-ready and more marketable as we look to find new tenants out there. So that's what we're doing today. Our Inland Port Authority Board meets on this next Monday, and they will adopt a resolution that will actually be recorded here. This just mirrors that. We want to make sure that we're working in concert with Beaver County as our community partner. So that's our intent today, is to get this trigger resolution in place so that we can begin the collection of that property tax differential.
Do you have a resolution number? It says 2025, there's no actual number.
Or the next one,
Okay.
So, one of the questions we had is, you can trigger this without them occupying the building right now, that's common practice, I guess.
Yeah, we'd like to do that as close to the certificate of occupancy as possible.
Okay.
We anticipate that that will happen before the end of the year, close to the beginning of next year, and that's why we're proposing 2026 is the first full year. Yeah, I think that just makes sense when that new assessment's going to come out and that valuation's going to be recognized.
Okay. And then one other question, I'm not sure if now's the right time to ask, but we don't know, or we can't remember what tax incentives were given to Unitech?
There's no incentive in place with that. The thing that's interesting is any sort of incentive is a but-for, and Unitech deciding to come here happened so quickly with their knowledge that there was an incentive opportunity, but they chose that property and started working on it so quickly that we didn't put anything together. So that's a discussion that we have planned. We're working on scheduling that with Mr. Overly, with the county, and with the inland port.
so it's too late to trigger like a red tip or any of that post-performance kind of stuff? Because I thought they were working with
I
the
think he did
state.
get some red tip.
Yeah, I think he did with
I thought he
GOEO,
did,
so that's
yeah.
separate from what we're
Okay,
doing.
all right.
So we work with the property tax. Our project area plan and budget would put him about in the category of a 10% of that 75% capture. Like I said, it's a timing sort of thing.
Right.
We need to make sure that all of the but-for requirements are being met in order to have an actual reimbursement back to the company. But we will make sure that the investment is going to be put into the infrastructure that helped him get that building in place. There needed to be some water system upgrades and different things to be able to do that. As you recall, the property that he liked was on phase one, with the way that Beaver City intended to develop that out. So he kind of expedited getting something at the far end of the industrial parks in a way that's going to help us
With the rest of the park.
yeah, with the rest of the park and directing the investment of that tax increment.
Yeah.
So we will be having that. When we get closer to an actual incentive, if that happens with Unitech, then that will come back to you as well. That will be separate from this. This just triggers it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any questions about this resolution except for the incorrect typo there and the copy?
Yeah,
Gotta change that and put the resolution number in there.
Okay.
nothing for me.
Looks good.
Okay.
All right, I'll entertain a motion then.
I'll make a motion that we approve the trigger resolution for the Mineral Mountain Inland Port, right?
Thank you.
Beaver County, resolution number 2025-14.
Perfect.
I'll update that here and resubmit that.
Great.
I'll second that.
All in favor, call the roll call.
Commissioner Pearson, aye.
Commissioner Garvey, aye.
Commissioner Holly said aye, makes unanimous. Thanks, Danny, appreciate your help there on that.
Thanks very much. This
Helping
is
us out on
exciting.
that, it's
Get
good,
working
yeah,
on it.
it's, yeah, super exciting, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Our mitigation resolution discussion, which I think we can still have that, there's been some discussion, 5 counties, I'll just kind of start off with this, 5 counties Association of Government passed a resolution last week, with concerns of fire mitigation and fire, with the devastating fires that have been going around the state and in our 5 county areas the last year or so. There was a resolution passed. I know that, although Commissioner Pearson has also mentioned, we've done fairly well in our Fish Lake area, I believe.
Or the Beaver Ranger District.
Or Beaver Ranger District, however you want to say it. But that's true. There are separate areas, I guess, right?
Still Fish Lake.
Still Fish Lake,
Beaver Ranger
but
District.
our ranger district has done quite well with fire mitigation and shared stewardship, and so we feel like we've done quite well here, although there's still some risk of fire no matter what you do. But I think that these resolutions are gonna go back to, the federal government to kind of hopefully take away some of the red tape that, doesn't allow us to manage our force as well as we'd like to. Anyways, I know there's been some other discussions with Paige Ballard sent out a letter to us as well. Vaughn, did you see that by chance?
I didn't see the letter, I've been looking over the resolution. I don't want to see it if you got it.
I'm not sure we really want to, adopt it today, but I'd like to discuss a little bit about how we feel about doing that for our county, maybe join in. What do you guys?
I do like the resolution. I think that, this administration's gonna change the way things have been doing, and so I wanna back them up on that as well. The only thing that I would say, if you'll see, I can't remember which part of it is, somewhere, wait, it might be after this, it says something about kind of a shout out to the locals.
Yeah, it was close to the bottom.
Me doing my nervous.
You're back there.
Anyway, somewhere in there, I'd like to give, the Fish Lake Ranger District a shout out on, because honestly, nationwide, they're kind of the poster child of what should be going on.
Yes.
Because they've been, so proactive with shared stewardship and the timber sales, all of those kind of things, and the woody management, the reserve interface. Everybody in the state looks at them for what they're doing, but they can't pull it off in their own area because their, regional people don't support that. They've got some, like, especially in the Dixie Forest, I don't know why, they will not do timber sales, and it's a joke. That's a renewable resource, no different than anything else, and they should be cutting fuel, making good use of it, get rid of the fuel loads, fire fuel loads, and using those trees for what they were intended to be used for. But anyway, that's where I'm at. I would just add that,
Somewhere in
right
here.
there, see that paragraph right on the bottom, whereas the Pike County Association government expresses its deepest gratitude to the local, right where you got your cursor. I just can't, how you do it.
Our eyes have to focus.
Local U.S. Forest Service staff, incident commanders, blah, blah, blah. Anyway,
Maybe add another paragraph right there about
But-
our local.
yeah, I would just say, not only the Pike County Association, but I would say Beaver County. And I already told Jared, so just in case you see the Desert News article, we're not giving you a bloody nose to start with, or a black eye, we're gonna give you a shout out, so, I would like to put that language in there.
And that's, the fuel treatment is the right angle to take. The hard part I see is when we do have a wildfire, nobody stops for a NEPA to go put the fire out. Like, everybody just goes and puts the fire out.
Right.
I don't think that's any different than trying to do fuel treatments to prevent the fire. So, we've gotta change the mentality
Yeah.
at the capital, at the nation's capital, and then try to get people on board locally to do what we've done up here, so. I think this is a great step, and I think it will change in the next couple of years, but whatever we can do to.
So right now, we're under emergency conditions, I mean, it's just, there's no way to avoid that.
Like every day is, you just watch the mountains waiting for smoke to come out, so.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it just kind of puts a little bit of, the importance of this at the forefront of federal government, whatnot, and so we can't just keep doing what we've been doing, there's just too much at stake. And there's been a lot of personal property damage too over some of these fires, and that's what people are kind of concerned about and frustrated with, so. Anyway, I think it would be a good just a good thing to show our support.
So I'd be fine, if, you know, if you wanna sign it today, that's fine, I would just ask for those,
We
you know.
probably need to change some of the verbiage in here though, right?
Yeah, or add.
Or add to.
Well, I think what you need to do though is, you need to change all the Beaver County, not White County.
Right,
I mean, it
right.
needs to be adapted to everything that says White County, not want it to say Beaver County.
Right. I think if we could, I mean, if Vaughn can look at it and do that, and then maybe look at this one that
Yeah, I'm okay with.
Hayden
it.
Ballard sent to us. I just forwarded it to you, that Hayden Ballard sent us
As
a
long as
letter.
we point out the great things that our local.
Yes,
businesses do.
yes, please.
Because I don't want it to be misinterpreted as, you know, criticizing
Big
the
slam,
ethics,
yeah,
because
yeah.
they've been doing great things.
They've been doing really good things. And fire's not a bad thing as long as you can manage it. Fire's a good thing. It's a very
And
necessary
they've
tool.
been managing it properly.
They've been doing a really good job. Even those fires, even the big fire we had up there last year, that, they can't, that was an area that they couldn't get in a log, there's no access to it anyway. Fire's really the only way to take care of it, but the one on the other side of the mountain, that would have been a little better, but they were awesome, thanks for the boat, but.
I'll take a look at it.
So if you'll look at that and then get it to us, then we can pass that.
The other add on that, Vaughn, is where it says Forest Service, if we can include BLM together.
Forest Service
Also,
and BLM.
And BLM, yeah, because there are a lot of BLM acres in the county, and we need to hold those guys accountable as well.
And they are doing a fair amount of, thinning, I feel like.
They do a lot of.
Chaining, thinning, and done stuff out here, they've done stuff kind of all over the county, but they is really good.
Who has the amendable copy, it's the RTF copy? Is that Matt?
Would you have a copy that can be amended?
I
Yeah,
can be
yeah,
pretty sure that I could.
I can make
Yeah.
hand notation and get them to you, unless you want me to be the one to actually make the changes. We'll partner on it.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
That works. I can get you what you need though,
That's what I'm
right?
saying.
I just sent it to you, Hayden Ballard's letter as well. Or, I'd kind of like to just
Do the same
approve
thing,
both.
yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah, cause his was good, number two.
It was great, pretty long.
Yeah, I know you. I know you. Good.
Yeah. Okay. We'll look forward to that maybe next meeting, if possible.
Of course, Kevin,
Kevin, I mean, you looked at it too, right? A little bit.
I wrote one up,
Where is it?
sent it to him.
Matt, you haven't, I haven't seen it.
oh, that was the.
I talked to Kevin about helping me doing it, but I haven't seen it.
Is
You
that
have it,
this
Matt?
one?
Might be this one.
That's this one.
Oh, this is, oh, here it is.
It's not,
No,
it's not one I wrote.
I was waiting to hear back, and I thought maybe you didn't do it, so.
No, I worked till yesterday afternoon to get it finished up so he could put it in.
We've gotta find it then.
Oh, Kevin, I think I dropped the ball on you.
Well, you know what, we don't need to be. So we got two letters, we got one from Hayden Ballard, we got one from Kevin.
Hayden's kinda, yeah, Hayden's not necessarily a resolution, it's more of a letter of support.
Yeah.
Signing on to his.
So we'll use both Kevin's and Hayden's as well as mine.
Well, and I don't think we need to, I replied to Hayden that we need to
He
give
wanted
you
to put our,
a nod.
our stamp
He
of
just
approval
wanted
on
our
it.
stamp of approval
Yeah.
on it, but I don't think he replied back to me.
Yeah, he did, right.
So then all we need with Hayden's is just a stamp.
We're just gonna say,
Right.
yeah, support us, but.
Great, great. And then we amend the, resolution to fit our needs, and then.
Is it in your email?
Send Kevin.
I have it here on the email, I didn't include it in the packet, that's my fault. Sorry, Kevin. I even responded to his email, so I just dropped the ball. Sorry about that.
So this is it here, let's see, this is, maybe we got it then, except we probably need to add that one paragraph we're talking about. All right, scroll down a little bit.
So did you basically do what they had and just?
I looked at a lot of their stuff and took from that.
Reworked it for our.
Reworked it. There were some
Okay.
things I didn't like about his.
Yeah,
Thanks for doing that, Kevin.
yeah. Did you give a nod out to Beaver Ranger District?
That was corny.
That was corny.
He's bashing the Forest Service, and then he gives this little, oh, but we wanna thank them for all their work.
I know. I know who wrote it.
Oh, there.
It was
Like,
Bush.
which is it?
That was Bushman who wrote it.
I thought it was, what's his name from Iron County?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Well, I think this looks great, although we do need to probably add in there, we do really appreciate.
I thought you were a little behind, and by the time I got back up, you'd already started this thing, so I didn't hear what you needed added in.
Oh,
Well, we want to give the Beaver Ranger District a pat on the back for what they are doing, because they're the only ones.
Absolutely.
They're the only ones that are doing it, and so I'm almost to the point of where we should put that at the very first part of the letter
Okay,
and say everybody else should follow suit.
okay.
Because we have the show pony, right, of the way things are.
They've been doing a lot of
We're using the
work.
word letter, but we're also using the word resolution. So Kevin, what was it you put together? Just a letter to them, or did you
no,
revise the
no,
resolution?
this is a resolution.
He actually
So
reworded
you
it.
so he actually revised the resolution.
We have it, yeah, it's done already.
Well, we don't need to reinvent it.
We don't,
No.
no, we're good.
We
I
already
didn't
did.
know we had it done yet.
No, we didn't.
Matt
So
didn't.
I will review Kevin's very excellent resolution, and then when I give it the thumbs up, let's just.
It's right here.
Yeah, just.
Well, we'll just have to.
I'll send it out to all of you in an email.
Okay,
Okay.
then we can do it in September.
Kevin already did the heavy lift.
Yeah.
So Matt, it'll be resolution
So we want to,
15
we want
on
to
the
make sure
agenda.
that we put the
Okay.
Yeah.
Ranger District stuff in there.
Okay. Kevin and I will work on that.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Thank you, Kevin. That was a lot of work for a real short time.
While
Appreciate it.
Kevin's here and while they're both here, can we have a quick, like, old business kind of conversation?
Sure.
You wanna make a motion to approve this?
No, not yet.
We'll wait till
Oh,
September.
we'll table it until September,
Oh, okay, okay,
till the September meeting.
okay.
We have a problem on the mountain, on the Upper Lake property. So I didn't think it was a problem until I actually looked at it, but if you got Google Earth, or can you pull that up? So we have a neighbor that's blocked off all the roads, including the road that circles, not the main road that goes around the lake, but the road that drops down and circles the hill that goes along the lake boundary. Yeah, it's blocked off, and I think he's actually going to put permanent gates across it. From what I'm looking at. So when we went out the other day and was driving, so the road that comes down right here, he's blocked that off. You can't come down that road.
I was up there twice this summer, I saw that, and I thought the county had done it.
No.
But yeah, so I think,
We're not
so the main road connects us to Cohen Creek into the,
So it goes around this way, it's fine, but this road that loops around the bottom of the hill,
and he did that.
right here, right around the bottom of the hill, that road, he's blocked it off right here.
So I guess, Kevin, my question for you, is, are those roads, have we,
You know the one I'm talking about?
What I seen up there, he just blocked off
the main road?
He goes down to the lake side of the hill right there.
And then out?
Okay, so,
so that was,
on his property, but so,
and that's
but
the,
this road drops down, all of it loops, so it's blocking access to that. And he only owns,
to the edge of the,
so he's all over the,
Right.
okay.
where we could do whatever we
Possibly
needed
a
to right there. blocking that, 'cause that road would come,
Oh, I see.
that road would come across the main road right here.
He blocked that
So
hairpin turn up the hill.
Layers on there,
You should parcel on it,
here.
on that.
Got it now.
Oh, I get that, really been in use for 5 years,
It's already a.
So, I mean, we've established that as like one of our class D roads, right? The others we may.
That's what I don't know. I know when you look at Onyx, that, so that will show, like this is a Forest Service right away and all that. But this road cuts right down here, across his property, no different than any of the other stuff does. But it gets to this road.
Yeah, so I think what he's done is, I remember being there, he said, this is roped off right there,
Yep.
that's roped off right
Yeah.
there.
Do you want our GIS?
Yeah,
But we own this there, so
Yeah.
yeah, we still need to get access to
Yeah.
that south shoreline.
so that's what, we need to figure that out.
Well, I'm just sending a letter.
But we do need to do that.
Well, up here, he doesn't have any of that blocked up above there, 'cause that's all ours. All he's blocked off is anything that has access to his property.
Yeah, I thought we had a link to that on the computer here.
I have it
Block
here.
our access. You can access it from up here, on, just to here, but that road comes and circles the lake. So it goes all the way around the lake.
It does on the bottom, huh?
Yeah.
I've actually driven along.
Yeah, there, people drove.
I guess I don't ever do
Yeah,
that.
I've seen trucks down there, everything.
When the water.
Everybody
flows
goes
out.
down there fishing. Oh, there's a bunch of people down there
Right,
fishing.
so what's our neighbor's name? Letter to.
Look at that.
His name is.
Bud.
How would you rather?
What is his name? Eric Quilter.
Eric.
I'll draft a letter there, just reminding him that we need to have access to our way. And then his barricade is blocking that.
Can't barricade the road that goes to the lake,
Yeah.
to our property.
Using him to come there.
Eric, E-R-I-C.
Quilter.
Quilter.
You wanna take the wheel?
I'll have you make sure. You want me to draft it, be from the commissioner? You want that?
Lawyer.
Yeah.
All right, okay. I'll still have you guys look at it.
No, I think that's good.
Land ownership.
Yes, they did.
For the Forest Service.
It just shows it right away on there. Yeah, mine does too, actually.
Yes, it does, but that's what we want to know.
That's the main road, correct?
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, so now it's in.
But that's Forest
Area,
Service.
right? Okay.
Right, it says.
So it's just building asset on that.
I know, that has it.
Is that what you want to see, Kevin?
Yeah.
And so that I'm aware, that
Yeah, they
is,
did the US.
that shoreline road she's talking about, have we claimed that officially on our maps, or is that just a prescriptive easement?
The shoreline.
Yeah, the road that comes down around that I'm talking about.
We don't have any claims on it at all. That was just access to the lake.
Yeah.
If you wanted to pursue it as a prescriptive right-of-way, that would be the only
Yeah.
avenue I'm aware of.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll send a letter just letting them know we claim it as prescriptive right away, we need access to the lake, that's how we get our property in the shoreline. I'll have you guys review it before I send it.
Amen.
Amen. Okay,
Okay,
anything else?
that was my big worry, is just trying to get that done.
Okay. Commissioner Garza?
Beaver County Fair this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Entries are
Today, I think.
Entries are today and tomorrow, I believe, they're doing some tomorrow. And we hope to see everybody at the fair. It's gonna be nice weather, Dan promised.
Yeah, the other thing, the contract for the UAC attorney, have they sent that to you?
The one from yesterday, I don't have anything beyond that.
Okay, so we need to get that,
This is for Buffalo.
no, this is the UAC attorney.
The one you were.
One that you were super happy about.
Yeah, oh.
Remember?
Delighted.
July divided, yes, that's what it was. That's the better term.
So,
This is awesome.
what, can we use it for centrally assessed?
Well, we're gonna designate him as a deputy Beaver County attorney, so we'll use him for what we wanna use him for. My worry is he's gonna be so popular that we'll get crowded.
No, but we're gonna be the first ones in line.
Okay.
You're on that one.
Okay.
That's the problem.
All right, hey, yeah, he's my buddy. No, he's only gonna be allowed to work for counties that have signed on,
Right.
so,
And we're signing.
and he's.
And I got where you can't use it as representative on something that level.
He's more
It's
like
not-
contracts and personnel policy writing and those kind of things. I don't think that he's like an attorney that's gonna represent us in court.
Right, but he's gonna be
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
He's more of like.
more of a paperwork guy,
Paperwork guy, like
which is
stuff
fine.
that
We'll still use him, that's fine.
his office.
Yeah.
It's just another support from you.
Oh, absolutely.
Right, it's
For
another
all.
program.
Yeah, this is good. This is a good thing.
Anyway, I don't know, so I would make a motion that we sign that UAC contract.
I will second that.
All in
Is
favor?
it not on the agenda?
It's old business.
Okay, okay.
We had it on the.
It's
we
been
had
talked
it-
about
Yeah,
before.
we've talked about it like 2 other times, cause Brandy was there, she's the one that
I
talked
thought we
about it
already
when we were over
approved
the
that.
courthouse.
You talked about it.
Well, we did, we just didn't have the actual, Contract.
Contract, okay.
They have the attorney hired, he started this month.
I think he started Monday.
Yep.
Cool.
Got a motion, we got a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Dennis. All right, Brandon, I got about 5 minutes. Do you want some old business? Do you have something you want to talk about for a second?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
Well, do you?
I was gonna give you guys an update.
I'll give you, we got about 5 minutes if you want to do that.
Okay.
We gotta head to Melford shortly, so if you want to give us an update, that'd be great.
Stop, so creepy.
This is old business. But you can go ahead and give us your,
Oh, business.
well, it's not old business because it's not on the agenda technically, so.
I understand. Thank you. Let me say my name for
Yeah. Yeah, online people.
Verbal Energy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How's Fervo Energy doing?
We're doing great.
They're kicking up dust up there, a lot.
We are putting a lot of water on that dust. And mag chloride, so hopefully we have that under control. Watching our trash also, so hopefully nothing's blowing across.
As long as both the Commissioner side finish okay.
We can't get the wind to blow south for some reason.
I know, right?
Oh, it will. It was on the winter.
In the winter it'll come.
Yeah.
No, that's the north. Oh, from.
Yeah, north wind blows south.
Do you have the presentation?
I'm just putting it on right now.
Thanks, Kevin. See you, bye.
I can send you a new picture to update, your background.
It doesn't look like that anymore.
It does not.
It does not.
Is it nice and green and fuzzy?
It is not that green, so I would say.
Looks like the moon in that way, but lots of stuff going on.
Yeah, lots of stuff.
That's Forge site, isn't it?
That is the Ford site. At first,
Yeah,
Yeah, that is
So
forward.
we need
We need
a
a Fervo
competitive
site.
photo
I
there.
think so, yeah. But you know, realistically, you can have one before it's
Would you like a mouse?
up there. That's good.
I know you have slideshow, well, I usually have 12 slides, yeah, you'll be okay.
Let me try to run through it very quickly.
Just do it quick.
Fervo Energy, I think you know who we are. As I said, things are going very well. We made a lot of progress in the last quarter. We have 3 main well pads out there, the Frisco, the Bearskin, and the Gold pad that'll contribute to the first portion of the project, which is the 100 megawatt project. 21 of the 24 wells for that project have been drilled. We've also started exploring outward to the north and drilled a 15,000 foot well, the hottest well drilled to date, just about 5 miles north of the phase 1 area. Moving into this next quarter, we are going to, of course, continue working the Frisco bearskin and gold pads. We're gonna stimulate and get those wells ready for operation. And we are still anticipating coming online in 2026.
Great.
A couple of update pictures. I think not all of you were at Cape Connect, but a lot of you were at Cape Connect.
Good show.
Good show. The organic Rankine cycle generators are being constructed, or that's actually the cooling system. That's being constructed right now. It is massive. We're building that on 2 different pads, and we'll be building a 3rd. You probably also saw our giant tank roll through town, I would imagine.
Stuck under his overpass too.
It took up 2 lanes.
So both of those are unfortunate. I think that we did take precautions to make sure that we had traffic handled along the way.
Yeah.
We did get news coverage along the way also.
You did.
So that's exciting. We'll now be moving into pressure testing, getting that tank ready for our commissioning. A couple more pictures of the ORC system. It is very large when you stand next to it. Important picture here.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
There we go. It was also in the Beaver paper. The only time I've been in the newspaper, so thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Let's see here. So one of the questions that we did hear from the county was about induced seismicity. We want to make sure that you guys know our plan out there, and that we do have a very robust monitoring system in place. And we follow, with that monitoring system, we follow what we call the traffic light protocol. This is a protocol that was developed by the federal government for oil and gas operators, never implemented. We are not required to do this, but we follow this program so that we can ensure everyone is comfortable with what we're doing and that our induced seismicity is not anything major that will be disrupted. So you can see the traffic light system there, red, amber, and green. So we have had 0 red incidents. We've had 6 amber, which are between a 2 and a 3 on the Richter scale. We pause for a minimum of 6 hours to make sure that everything is subsiding, that the activity is subsiding, and that we have our operations planned appropriately so we aren't increasing any seismic activity. You can see there is a lot of natural seismic activity and a lot of induced seismic activity that happens in the Green Range. About 1,100 different events have occurred.
Just real quick, how many of those are drilling related and how many of those are natural? Just, they happen anyway. Any idea?
Can find that out for you.
Okay.
We'll have to ask Rich.
Okay.
We have an extremely robust monitoring system in place. Let's see here, what does this say? This is an exact repeat of the verbiage before, so I won't read that to you, especially since we're in a hurry. But this map represents the actual activity that you can see, and where that lies. And most of the clusters are around our activity. You can see that several clusters are actually at the Ford site and then west of the Ford site. I'm sorry, east of the Ford site towards Wendell.
That answers my question, it looks like, so we're good.
Okay. We are constantly hiring. We have hired 8 more employees in Guilford. 3 of those are locals and 5 are part-time residents. We are adding people to your community on a regular basis that we need to have in town to run the facility. So we have updated our estimates a little bit during completions. We had been saying drilling and completions 100 to 120. I think that we're at 50 to 100 crew members. The facility construction that's happening right now is up to about 150 temporary jobs. And we're looking at 15 to 30 permanent jobs currently. We think that's gonna be closer to 50, because this is a very large project area. Just to remind y'all, the first phase is on 1,100 acres. We have 50,000 acres unitized, and we do plan to grow that unit. Our BLM NEPA, EA, has a number on it that says 2,000 megawatts, that's 2 gigawatts. We think that there are closer to 4 or 5 gigawatts in that immediate area. So just want to round it out with our mission and core values. Build things that last, do what we say we're going to do. Just want to focus on those, because I think that we are still doing what we said we're going to do. That is my update. I will also just say here that we do have a water meeting next month.
Oh, yeah, the hearing.
Okay?
That's what I've got for you.
Okay.
Can I answer any questions?
Have you met Matt yet?
Briefly this morning.
Okay. He's our
Matt?
He's our guy.
Right.
Yes, you'll be getting a lot of emails from Paul, I think. Paul Conrad to deliver these updates. Several others, many people from Fairmont will come in.
Excellent, we like to see work going forward and getting it done, I want to see.
7-year
Hours.
average timeline, and we are looking at 3 for this project, so it's,
Wow.
it's very quick. Very exciting.
So are the, data centers chasing it pretty hard?
I think all power buyers are chasing Fairmont pretty hard. You know, we have a very marketable product. We have clean 24/7 power, and that's not really provided by anything else
Yeah.
right now today.
Okay.
Well, good luck.
Yes,
Thanks for
thank
the-
you, keep it up.
Thanks for the
Yeah,
update.
thanks for the update, you bet.
Thanks for having me.
Good to see
Yep,
you.
have a wonderful day.
Always good to see you.
Okay, thanks.